Hello, I would like to ask you out to dinner and a movie.
Since you seem to have good hygiene, I will give you a chance.
Great, I expect you to be ready at 6. We will eat Chick-fil-A. Go watch the new movie Atlas Shrugged based on my favorite author Ayn Rand. Then go stand in front of the Planned Parenthood and hold pro-life signs to show our support for the miracle of life. Nothing is more romantic than to publicly shame those who are using the Planned Parenthood services, even if they are just there for low-cost birth control. Just like Jesus did to the bad women he meant in the Bible. Will you join me for a romantic night of identifiably Christian conservative activities?
Because you have nicely parted hair and tuck in your shirt, I will talk to you, although we need to make this quick. These viewers have an average attention span of 5 minutes. And we are competing against an internet full of super cute kittens.
Did I mention that I am Paul Ryan's P90X workout partner? I have a P90X sculpted body that are great for the thrust stamina of love making. And don't worry about birth control, we should not use it, because procreation is only for conception as God intended. Not for your sinful enjoyment of my P90X sculpted body and stamina for fast-paced rhythmic thrusting.
I would be uncomfortable publicly shaming women who go to Planned Parenthood for a number of reasons, but I need to know, as a Christian, how can you go to a church that promotes and organizes events that publicly shame women, gays, and those who do not agree with you? Many of these churches amass huge sums of money, not to give to the poor, but to entertain the congregation with highly produced theatrics and expensive rock concerts.
Do not knock our new successful business model. We believe that life begins at conception. Jesus did not like the gays. And poor people need to stop living off the government and pull up their bootstraps. I agree with my favorite author Ayn Rand. Charity is not a moral imperative.
Can you not see your hypocritical beliefs? You are supporting budget cuts to church programs that feed the poor. You would probably show up at one of those food shelters just to have a photo up, even after drafting a budget so terrible to the poor that bishops would write you letters.
What do you mean? I think I am offended.
It is clear that Jesus wanted us to take care of the poor and the sick. Christianity unequivocally promotes charity as a moral imperative. That is the opposite of Ayn Rand. If Jesus came back today, he would go to the people suffering first, those with AIDS, and that society shuns. Do you remember the story of the woman at the well, or the woman that was to be stoned?
Do what?
Those were both examples of Jesus challenging the laws of Moses by showing compassion and charity instead of judgment. Remember, the Samaritan woman, the one at the well? Jesus knew that by talking to her he was breaking a law. She was an idolater, therefore unholy, but Jesus did not treat women as they were unholy, and definitely did not shame either of them. He expressed only love and he preached to others to do the same. He was very clear we are not to judge others or express ourselves as pious, as those did when they wanted to stone the adulterer.
The Bible says the gays are going to hell. Besides, they are responsible for causing a number of natural disasters such as hurricanes. Remember, it rained very hard on that Lilith Fair concert at Blossom Music Center because there were so many of the gays there. We will all be safer from natural disasters once we are able to unite as one nation under God and pray all the gay away.
Psychologists and philosophers call ability to hold two contradictory beliefs cognitive dissonance. It is what allows us to believe something, even when it is irrational and does not line up with the real world. Like, these jeans are not too young for me, they are hip, and the earth is 9,000 years old.
We protest Planned Parenthood and are pro-life because life begins at conception. We are killing innocent people.
I am not going to discuss how women have the right to make decisions for their own body, but I would like to try a thought experiment.
Do what?
Say you are the last person out of a burning stem cell clinic. Before you are 10,000 test tube embryos and one 18-month-old baby. You can only carry one of them out safely, either 10,000 embryos or the 18-month-old baby. What do you do?
I just peed a little. Just like the CIA operating in foreign nations on behalf of American fruit companies. That would never happen in real life. I am now offended and I think you have radical ideas and may be a lesbian. Especially since you have not been distracted by my ripped P90X body. I take back my request for dinner and a movie. Instead, I will pray that you find Jesus.
Your lack of critical thinking and unquestioning adherence to religious dogma is dangerously close to that of the religious extremists in the Middle East. This should have stopped 150 years ago. In our country.
Now I am sure you are one of the gays, or a gay supporter, which is just as bad. I am taking my fast P90X thrusting skills elsewhere. I can no longer stand you not undressing me with your eyes. You have made me question my religious beliefs and sexuality. I must now go home and kick a cardboard box full of adorable internet kittens.